Welcome back to this week's Game News Show. We got a few small stories and some big stories to talk about, namely Zelda, so we'll get to that in a moment. But let's kick it off with a sad note of sadness for the Wii U and 3DS eShop because they are officially dead. Rest in peace, mostly the 3DS. I mean, the Wii U had some games. The 3DS, on the other hand, major loss for a lot of people because now, like, there's so many exclusive games you cannot get off of the 3DS. So thanks to everyone that bought stuff, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen with the 3DS and Wii U libraries, to be honest. But they're gone. So you missed your chance to buy them. Now you get to emulate everything, which you run it better than the actual hardware, probably. All right, let's move on. Game Pass Ultimate. The $1 trial is gone. Don't know why all of a sudden this would be the case, but that it's gone. People have noticed it. I think Microsoft officially confirmed that the $1 trial period is not going to be a thing. I blame inflation, whatever that means. I'm no expert. Let's see what else. Okay, Steam. If you are an avid Steam user, play PC games, which I'm terrible at. Steam is dropping support for Windows 7 and 8. It's not really surprising. Those operating systems are super old. Windows 8 is garbage. And I just feel like Epic had to be brave first with Fortnite to get everybody else to come along. Because I think it was last week or week before, Fortnite announced they were dropping support for Windows 7 and 8. So, hey, now Steam is. I don't know what this really ends up meaning other than updates will stop coming to Windows 7 and 8. So any new features added to Steam, any security updates, you're not getting them on an older operating system. Just upgrade. Likely, if your system runs Windows 8 well, it'll run Windows 10 just fine. And then if it runs 10 well, you can run 11. So just plan for that. There are ways to make that happen. But yeah, time to upgrade. Get off these old operating systems. Let's see. Okay, if you guys remember, for the 5 minutes we played and talked about Multiversus on this channel, that game was in beta. And for some reason, they're shutting it down until officially releasing next year in 2024. I think it's weird to do that. Most games, let's look at Fortnite as like the standard for a live service game. It was in beta for a long time. I still think it might be in beta. I don't know. I think it officially released last year before. I don't know. But my point is, they didn't take it offline. They just left it in beta and continued to have seasons and generate income. This is probably going to hurt the game, and I think the player numbers were already kind of low, so I don't think it's good. The game was fun. If you like Smash Brothers, you like Multiversus. But let's get into some of the bigger stories for this week, starting with Sonic Origins Plus. If you remember last year, Sonic Origins came out, widescreen versions of Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic & Knuckles, and Sonic CD, so the best Sonic games ever made. Were all in a collection. It was basically the mobile ports plus, for the first time, Sonic 3 and Knuckles in the widescreen format as if it were on mobile. Really, I like the collection. A lot of people didn't. There are some flaws with it. But hey, so this collection is pretty awesome. It adds Knuckles to Sonic CD, Game Gear titles, adds Amy as a playable character in all of the games, which has never been done before. She's never been a playable in the Genesis titles, so that's going to be cool to play through those as Amy if that's your thing. Knuckles and Sonic CD is also going to be fun. I don't really have an opinion on the Game Gear titles, except some of them were really good and I like them, and others I could do with that. I think it's like 9 games, could be more. And then we also have a physical edition with some cool extras coming to, well, all the platforms that you'd expect it to, which is super cool. And of course, the release date is June 23rd of this year. So Sonic's birthday, Sonic Origins Plus will come out. And that's awesome. If you already own the game, you can add the Plus content as DLC. It's just like a $10 purchase. And if you don't own it, well, now's a great time to buy it. I think the trend of Sega releasing a game and then exactly 12 months later releasing the same game with more content is a little suspect. I think we should just not buy games up front from Sega sometimes. but it's cool to see that they've added some substantial stuff, and it's still a really good collection. I know people don't like it, but I, for one, was a big fan and enjoyed every second I spent playing Sonic Origins. So I think we played through all of them on stream, too. So it was a fun time. I don't know. If you guys remember the streams, they happened. They were fun. All right, let's get to the biggest story. Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda. Development has officially been finished with the trailer that came out today. We got a look at the gameplay from Mr. Al Numa himself, and he announced that development is done, which is great. No more delays, right? So then we get to the gameplay, and wow, it was awesome. We got a look at Link's new abilities, some of the new mechanics. I don't really want to spoil anything, but definitely go watch it because it is awesome. It has me so hyped. The experimentation is great. Basically, it feels like the devs looked at all the shenanigans and glitches and fun things that people did in Breath of the Wild and went, yeah, that should be part of the game. So that's what we got. I think it's going to be great. I'm super excited. Towards the end of the trailer, we also got a look at the OLED Switch, which is real. The Zelda Switch is real, releasing on 4/28, so the end of April, right before the game comes out. The Switch will be out. They did that with, I think, Pokemon and Splatoon, so that's not surprising. But we also got to look at a Pro Controller, which I think looks pretty awesome, and a Switch carrying case, which is also cool. I mean, if you have a Switch, you probably have a case for it. I know I do. I have a Breath of the Wild case. But this looks cool. I would like to get my hands on that stuff. The Pro Controller is like right up my alley. But I don't know if I'm going to get the Switch. I think it's worth getting if you like Zelda. But yeah, that's like the biggest story. Tears of the Kingdom looks awesome, and I am super excited to just have the game in my hands and play it. And I'll leave it at that. And then kind of quick. This didn't take very long this week, but Xbox and Activision Blizzard in the news again. This deal is taking forever to go through. Well, it looks like we have the deal moving forward. The Japan competition board and the UK's same thing. Their respective groups have stated they don't see the reduction in competition that Sony was claiming, which is good because now we can finally move on from talking about this almost every week. I know here on this channel I haven't talked about it much because it's almost the same thing every week. Oh, it's not happening. Oh, it might be happening. Oh, Sony said this. Oh, Microsoft said this. Let's just boil it down to the real simple stuff. This deal is going to go through. Microsoft has some of the best lawyers in the world because they have money, and money buys you nice things. And so they have good quality. Well, I don't want to speak to the quality of their lawyers, but they're willing to make the arguments to make this deal happen. And that's where we are. That's what's going to happen. So anyway, it's cool. I'm just ready to have Call of Duty on Game Pass so I can just play it instead of going, well, I'm just not going to fool with it at all. Sweet. Right? All right. Well, I went through that kind of quick. That does it for this week's game news. So thanks for checking it out. Thanks for watching on YouTube. If you're watching this after it's live, I appreciate it. Thanks for checking it out, making it all the way to the end. Let me know what you thought of Tears of the Kingdom down in the comments. And are you picking up Sonic Origins Plus? I'll probably pick up the DLC for sure. I don't know if I'll buy the physical version. But thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you like game news and other gaming content. And on Twitch, we're going to go play some Pokemon. So yeah, let's do that.